Let's see the quick demo of .NET with Python. So here I did background remove an image from this .NET application using that Python, and this is the result. Before it was like that, okay, which have that background over there, but after that, now see, once I just remove that background using these applications, now see that background that from this background has been removed from this image, right? So let's get to implementations. So before implementation, I'm especially recommend if you first time visit my channel, which is .NET Real World Example. So here you can just go through that this channel and you can learn many things, like if you want to build a game, if you want to full stack development app, right, front end, back end, and everything. And also you want to you want to see that how actually AI can help to building applications quickly. So those are things also is over there, so you can go through on that. So let's get started. So implementation. So first what I will do, I'll just create a new project, and here I'll just create a new project over here, and I choose that as of now I'll using the console application for that initial level, but later on we will use in our web application and other .NET application. It is pretty much similar approach we have to do for all that application. So as of now only using that console application, use that and just make it to over here. So here I'm just giving that name like .NET with Python background removal over here, and next, and just I'm using that as of now .NET 9, but it is support actually .NET 8 as well, so you can use it both. And just simply I can create this application. So application got created. It's this application nothing, just we have that program.csv and nothing, right? This is just console application, and it has 9, and that's it. Okay, and its program file is just a console. Just let me run this application so that you can see what we have in this application. So if you see, we have only just hello world printed because it's have that hello world. Okay, so that's cool. Now what you need to do, we have to actually, if you want to integrate your Python code or Python features, so definitely you have to require one package. Okay, so what is that package? It is go to this manage, NuGet manage. Okay, and here, so look for this package csnack. Okay, and this, there is a two package. Okay, so one is that csnack, it is the initial level they have just created, and after that they creating this cs runtime. Okay, so this is just, you can see it is as of now no longer to use, so that's why they suggested to use this one. Okay, so make sure you have to use, if you're using today, so use this csnack.runtime. So just install this and apply and accept. So once you done this package, that's it. Okay, so only one package is required to use a feature of your Python. So what you can do, I'll just create as a new Python file over here. For example, let me create a new items and choose any txt file. Okay, and if I use this txt file, I'm just make it to demo.py, because Python actually extension by the py. Okay, so use the demo, and see, I'm just creating this file because this is a Python file I just created. Okay, and here I'll just writing some code for that understanding, okay, how actually working that Python. Then later on we'll add that background removal function. Okay, so simply as the Python code also we can just create a function like that. Okay, def, and this is that function name, hello world, and just I'm passing that as a input, and it will return as a string, as a input, as a input passing as a string, and same thing actually return also as a string. Okay, so simply I'm just returning back hello, and whatever name I will pass it, so they will return back. Okay, how I can use this code, right? Because we just created this file, and this program, the cs file, how I can use that function. Okay, so that is actually main things over here, and this is the important part. So here actually what I'll do, simply I can just remove this guy, or I'll just remove everything. Okay, and here, so let me copy and paste my my code, which is a configuration of that Python. So it is simply as like be done, right? And create a default host builder, and in this host builder, see, this is that Python extension, okay, and this is coming from this C snack runtime. Okay, if you over here see, also it is a extension of IPython environment builder. Okay, so I just set a configuration. Okay, and in this set configuration, what I'm trying to do, whatever our the path, our module path, so we have to use that, where you want to store your all that file, or dependency and all this, where you keep it. Okay, so I'll just keeping it in our root folder of this directory, right? So that's why I'm using this and then using dot period, and everything we will store in this path only. Okay, and then using this service, and in this service we have that extension Python, and this Python actually, this see, with the name we add those environment path. And once you environment path, now see, this is that main important also as another extension. So this is another one from retrievable, right? And here see, by default it is taking Python 3.112, right? So it is just taken, but yeah, if you want we can mention that version as well. Okay, so later on we will do, but yeah, as of now, just from starting point of view, just keep it whatever we have as a simple configuration. So once you're done, so once you complete that configuration, right, as a builder, so we have to start our application, right? We have to build that application. So how we can do that? Simply I can store that app and builder.build extension method. So this complete whatever configuration, it will start to build and compile. So once you build your app, right, in this builder application, once you build, and if you save it and build this application, now build is completed, right? And how I can get this file? Okay, so for that actually we have to create another variable, which is something, yeah, Python file equal to that app dot services dot get required service. Yeah, and here one is that IPython environment. Okay, so using this we can get that method. Okay, so let me try to get that. For example, let me show you python dot demo. Okay, nothing is happened. Why? Just because actually that's why I'm not fixing anything. So yeah, why it's not available? Just because see, I add this file over here, but I have not mentioned, okay, what kind of this file. Okay, so how, what kind of file we have to add it over here? Go to that property, and in this property section, now see, as of now by default if you add this file, it build action will be none, and copy output directories and no, do not copy. Okay, so what you need to do, simply you have to give this C# analyzer additional file. Okay, so this is that action type, you have to add it, and also you have to give that copy always. Okay, so once you save it and then build it, so see, after that you will get that compilation, that actually compile, and then you will get that things. Okay, so let me see the demo. Yeah, see, I'm getting the demo, and even once you get the demo, I can get that hello world. Okay, and this hello world will be returning that string. So let me store as a string name. That's it. Okay, yeah, actually it is expecting one name. See, that's why it's complaining. Okay, so let me pass name as it .NET real world example, right? This is my channel name. So yeah, once you do that, and then simply I can just print my name over here, and that's it. Okay, now see, I'm getting this file after compile once I mention, and then whatever that file has that method, so I can get this method over here. So save it and run this application, and you will see that output hello and that .NET real world example, which we have passed that parameter. Okay, so this is that way you can just create your Python file, and you can just compile and get that output, right? Okay, so now this is that initial label, right? Simple, I just create a file and let's call this function. But if you want to use some advanced things, like for example something I show you in a in the initial on this session, right? Like I just removing that background, right? So background will be removed from Python and that we will use from this .NET, right? So how we can do that? Because that removable Python also required many packages and all, right, for that itself in Python. So how we can resolve and how we can fix that? Okay, so for that first I'll just create another file. Let me create a new file, and again it is just text file, remove over there, and extension would be py. Okay, so my file got created and there is a simple code over here which will taken care that things. Okay, so first I'll import this, and this is Python file, so require this system and also iOS OS, and then two package actually we required to handle this remove background. Okay, so one is that remove and another one is pillow. Okay, so this is that pillow import, so this package is also be required. And yeah, I'll just create one function which will can remove, like using this input and output path. So let me create that function. Okay, so see, I'll just create a one function which will can input as a input path. What is that input path means? What is that file path, and what would be the output? Actually this is the output will be returning over here. And here we can add some check over here, that we will do later. But yeah, first let me check, like whatever our file, right? So whatever our input file, if it is not exist in this here, so definitely simple it will returning that this guy, right? It will returning to, yeah, it is empty or it's does not exist. Okay, similar, I'll just check whatever that output things. Okay, so yeah, I think we have to make sure is format correctly, because without formatting definitely Python won't support. Okay, so yeah, again I check, if it is none, output also is none, so simply no background file over here, that also I just check it over here. And then what I'll do, if those validation is clear, I'll just use this open method which will open this file and read this file and store in the input data. Okay, and once I input the data, then I will try to remove that background. So here simple, I use this output data. I'll just create a variable output data and using this remove function which is coming from this remove, right, and passing that input data, and it will remove that over here. And again once you remove the data, again I'll read that and remove the return back to the path. Okay, so same things again, I'll just open, yeah, like again make sure it's proper formatting, because without formatting it won't work. So yeah, with open again that output path as a file, and then write over there. Okay, so we write that data over here now, and then we simply can remove return this, yeah, return this output path. Okay, that's it. And yeah, I think this is sufficient for this function for removing that background. So see how easily we can remove it, because if you remove that background from the .NET, it is very difficult and it is very challenging, right? But Python is a easy package, we have that, we can easily remove that things. Okay, so for now one more thing actually we have to check, like whatever the package, right? So this package it's installed or not, that we have to check it. So for that I have already created a function to validate that package is install or not. Okay, so there is, I just create a one function, check that dependencies, we just create a array, and here we import, and if it is import, so if it is not importing, so definitely it will throw the exception, right? And similar this guy also, and appending this guy, and then in the last we just reading those data, whatever this exception over here, we just showing over there, so that before actually calling this method, right, once you're calling this method, we have to check, okay, because this is a dependent package, right? So if it is dependent package, if it is not there, so it should be throw an error, means it show that validation message. And how we can validate? Again, it's simple. We have to just one more condition over here, like, okay, if it is check dependencies, is it, if not, then return back to empty. Okay, cool. Now our program got ready like in a Python, and again we have to do similar things over here. Right click property and change it to that C# analyzer and change it to this. Okay, that's cool. And now one more thing, actually, see, uh, this file actually dependent this packages. Okay, so there's a Python concept, actually we can install whatever the dependent package. We have a mechanism, we have that another file, we can store all the dependence package over there, so that before calling this method, and we can install all that package first. Okay, so for that we have to create another txt file, which is requirement.ts file. So right click on that, add this new file. So where is the new file? Here is the new file, and here I'll just make it to requirements.txt file. Make sure it's proper name. Okay, just because whatever our configuration side, they actually looking for all the requirements.txt file only. Okay, and here I use this package. Okay, this two package, but I'll not add one more package because I want to show you something. Okay, because first time once I try to this, I get that issue, so then I fix that. So yeah, let me save it. So now we are good to that. And even this file also we have to do something, like for example, yeah, don't copy if it's new year, yeah, that we can use this. If it is newer, so we can add. If it is not, then we can keep it, or even we can use copy always. Might be sometime we change something, so that should be also considered. And the package over here, in here actually we can use that embedded source, because we don't require this additional file over here, because this is not a compiler file, right? So yeah, embedded source is fine, I guess. Let me check. If it is not, then we'll change it. So save it, and now go back to your program.cs file. Here we have to change a little bit over there. Okay, so let me okay, because there's a few more features we have to add over here. What is that? So one is that, see, so as of now we have just installed 3.12 and all, right? Everything is there, but we have to create one environment for that. Okay, so as Python actually any it is safe to create a new environment, and then everything should run on this particular environment, as like environment, or another one is that CUDA, right? So but as of now I'll use that environment only, create that environment. So we have that one extension method to create this environment. So let me just this guy. Okay, so see, this is that virtual environment. We have that mechanism provide that extension, which will provide that you can just create a virtual environment. So I'll just create this virtual environment over here, so that everything whatever dependency is, it is just created this virtual environment, keep it all our things inside that. Okay, and another things we have to keep it that pip install. Okay, so basically, see, this is another method which is requirement path. Okay, so they expecting this requirement.txt file, which will I already created, and they will just fire that command. Okay, pip install that requirement.txt file. So all the dependency they will install in this virtual path. Okay, so that's it. So these two additional things we have to do that. Okay, so once you're done, again we can, okay, so this is that Python file. So as of now, let me just comment it, because we have to pass to file over there. And also let me do that, and here save it, and I'll change that. Yeah, Python file is fine. Okay, and let me build this. Okay, so once you build this, and if I go back to that .NET here, now see there's a couple of file actually got created, right? So like demo and this, okay, but that environment it should not create it, okay, just because once you run this application, then actually this environment will be created. Okay, let me show you actually run this application. And see, first time once you start, so definitely it will take some time to create that virtual environment and install all that packages over there. So that's why it is taking some time. And here we will actually do some mechanism. Okay, so once you install everything, so they will show that progress bar. Okay, like okay, these are things actually try to install, and once you complete it will show, or show the data, or show that progress. Okay, it's completed. So that we will do in later, but yeah, as of now let me show you, like once you complete it, definitely it will complete it over here. Okay, finally see I'm get that output. So as of now nothing over there, but it's completed, means that application run completed without any error. And that we can check, go to that .NET file over here. If you go back to here, now see this newly environment got created, and if you go to inside that, so whatever that lib and side packages, you will see those packages is over there, right, in this packages. And if you see some packages folder over there, where is that? Okay, see the remove background is there, even that pillow, see it pill package also is there, right? So all that packages they will install first in this environment, and that we are good to go. Okay, so once you're done, now uh, let me uh, let me create those two paths which I can just use that method. Okay, so first I'll just create the output path where I want to keep it our file in output. Okay, so I'll use this output path over there, or make it something output file also, that is fine, right? So output file, okay, I'll make it little longer this file. Okay, and yeah, similar I want to keep that input file as well, like where I want to as a input file. So again I'll just using that input file and this current directory, and in here also I can give that name. Yeah, my file is fine because just a file. Okay, and how we can get that, as like previously we done, so using this python file. Okay, and this python file we have that now that method which is this background remover, right? Because this is a background remover file, it is actually removing that underline. Okay, don't worry, I'll show you how after this compile this file how look like. Okay, so this background remove file, and then if you see this is that method. Okay, and this method actually expect this two parameter. So if you mouse over here, see input path and output path. Okay, that's it. And we can store as a variable over here, like remove busy remove busy. Okay, and we can simply console dot write line, and we can keep it. Okay, like for example I can keep it output file path. Okay, and make it that remove busy. Okay, cool. Now what we'll do, so see simply I'll just pass that input or output, right? So what is that, our input file, this is our input file which have that background, and where we will store after just removing background, I will keep it stored in this here in this current directory itself. And then I'll just passing to this in this my function which is this one, right? And it will just remove, and it will show me, okay, this is that your path. Okay, so let me show you, actually still we have one issue, so that I want to show you, and also I want to fix it. Okay, okay, now this is that one. Okay, now see, if you observe here, it is asking, okay, python runtime exception, because python runtime actually it is required in this package. Okay, so this package I have not mentioned, that's why it's getting some error. So use this guy, copy, stop that, because once you try to Python runtime, so in this window application that is required this runtime. Okay, so where you just mention, you have to just mention in here, because this is a requirement file. So all the dependency we can keep it over here, and simply you can run this application. Okay, finally it's completed, and see, this is that validation. So it is saying input file does not exist on this path, like my file. It is perfect, and also output path is nothing, because it is not generating anything, right? So this is that validation we already using in here. Like if it is path is not valid, so it will throw in this error, right? And now what I'll do, I'll just keep that file over there. So go to that .NET here. So this is my root folder, and here I can keep it my file. Okay, so where is my file? My file is my desktop. So go to here, see, this is one of that file which have this background. Okay, let me open it and show you. So this file contain this background, right? And I want to remove this one, so simply I can drag and drop over here, and see, again I just mentioned my file name would be my file, right? So let me change it to my file. Okay, and now go back to here and save it and run this application. Okay, now see, this time I am getting this output file path, right? And this output file path also is showing where is my output file path. So it is a bin debug.net 9, and then whatever we have mentioned this file path, right? So if you go back to my directory over here, so we can see this is my file path, right? So background remove file path, if I just open, see, there is a no background. So that also I can compare this two file. So one is have this background, and one is does not have that background. Okay, now see, this is the difference. So that's a way actually we can use that .NET along with the Python, and easily we can achieve our features, right? And yeah, that I'll show you in this here as well. Like we have that Canva, so that we can show that background is removing or not, like as like show you to over here, right? So let me add a new page, and here I'll just drag and drop this file. Okay, and yeah, I can just drag and drop this file. So yeah, it have that things, and then if I just using this file. Okay, so let me separate it. Okay, see, both are differences you can see easily over there. One have this background, does one have that does not have that background, right? So this is the way. And one last thing actually we have to show you, like as of now, see, if you observe, it is takes some time over here, right? So until install all the dependencies, so it is taking some time. So for that, as of now, I could not find any way they have to give that. Okay, like until just install completion, so they have to give that. Okay, so it is taking some time, or some progress bar, right? That should taken care, I think, inside those packages, but I don't get that. So for that, what I'll do, I can simply comment this section, right? I already prepared something for that, for inbuilt logic, so that I can show you how you can use that. So for that, let me create my own logic over here, so that I can easily identify, okay, which task actually taking some time, and progress bar. So for example, see, I just create this my home directory, and that virtual path over in the top, and then okay, I just put that, okay, console, it is starting Python environment setup, and then this is a show step method which will, okay, just start this whatever message start and delay, and then once you complete it, it will give that done. Okay, so those are things actually we have maintained, and again this is start the configuration and also split that all that configuration over here, like whatever service using that Python extension method, and with start with the home, and then start with the table, right? And then create the virtual environment over here, and the pip install over there, and then configuration completed. So once you complete it, then we'll start this environment, our environment, and it will taking this to, actually I can change this to this, right? Because this is that right path, so I can use this path over here, or I can give that file name only, because that file name is not good over there. So keep that file name. This is output. Okay, so I'll just make it that file name, and rest of things is keeping same. And also this removing background, so it is intimate. Okay, it is a remove background, and rest of things is same. And also if it is not success, so it will show you that background removal fail and file is not available and all. Okay, so this is just my custom logic. So let me run now and see. Now just starting configuration, waiting, and requirement done. Once you done, yeah, background also removing done, and I should get that outputs. Now I'm getting that output, right? And similar I can check over there, like how look like that output. So yeah, this is my output. Yeah, it's got removing, right? And even I can show you another image. For example, delete that and take another image. Okay, so I am drag and drop another file, and which have this another background, right? And what I'll do is simply change to my file, right? And in this my file, let me try to again to run this application, and it's just starting over there. Okay, now it's okay. Input file does not exist. uh my file dot page. Okay, might be I placed that wrong place. So yeah, I think this is the not a right one, so close that. Okay, so this is that right one. If you see, this is our .NET Python background remover, which is our application, right? So we have to keep it over there. So let me drag and drop one more time over here, drag and drop over here and open it. Yeah, it's fine. And then simply change my file, okay, and run this. Okay, my file.jpg. Okay, I might be this extension is not, yes. Okay, so it is a different extension, right? So let me remove that, or I can just change it to that png also. Let me change it to over here, so that we can do programmatically. But as of now, let me use png, save it and run this. And now started. Cool, remove image background done. And now we have the successful background, and this is that path. Okay, let me check that. And where is my file? It should be here. And once you're done, now see, it is look like it's got removed, right? And what is that? My original file. This is my original file, and see, this is the differences. Okay, so yeah, I think that's all for this session. But yeah, in upcoming session we will use more, more feature in the Python in .NET. If any challenges and all, definitely we'll solve everything. And yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and have a nice day, and thank you.